Welcome to the Aether Podcast, the only podcast that makes you want to stare into the void. I got my usual hosts around me. I got King Kami, Majin Q,
What up?
NPC, and you got the bird.
Roar!
Today, it's a power out special. We have no power. We're fucking bored as hell.
So let's do a podcast.
And it's get spooky in here. It is Halloween time coming up.
It's getting close. We're starting to hear Mariah Carey starting to play in grocery stores. But even though it's Halloween, let's get into this. Who has a story ready for us?
King Kami does. I know that for sure.
Alright, let me tell you a story about when I was younger. I was a real lad. Sorry, I had to start with the Joe Biden reference right there. I was a little chubby kid. Me and my homie Brian, we was going down to this lake near our house that had a car in it because, you know, kids being stupid like, ooh, that's free fun. And so we go down there, and we hear something rustling in the bushes. And so what comes out is a black amorphous blob on four legs.
When Batman haunts the trailer park.
It was literally about as tall. It was literally as tall as me, a little kid me. So I go running, and I went Olympic level athlete there. I was Usain Bolt going through that field, trying to get away from whatever the fuck it was. But by the time we got to my cousin's house, which we was running to, it was the closest one, and so I thought not to run it to the house. So I ran to my cousin's house, let him build it. And so I'd knock and I spin around real quick, and it was gone. I looked through the field, it's not even in the field, it's just gone, like it just disappeared.
You're sacrificing their life over yours. You're going to kill someone.
This man said,
choose to knock
hold up, homie, there's a shadowy figure out here. I need you to deal with this.
Hey, I know I have like a demon on me, but you got this.
I'm tagging
At
you
least
in.
he had the manners to knock.
Yeah, he answered like, what the fuck?
Can I come in, please?
Can you be in? I'm being chased by a skinwalker.
Imagine he just wasn't getting chased by the skinwalker. It was just a crazed out, methed out black kid just...
Dude, I thought I saw a black panther in our yard one time.
Yo, cuz there's like a shadowy figure out here. I'm gonna need you to deal with this. Like,
It's like, I ain't gonna run home, I ain't gonna let them do it. Fuck it, I'll let y'all have it.
Alright, anyone else got a story?
Hold on. I do have one more question before we end that one. What do you think it was?
I don't know. It was just a black blob, and I just couldn't see a face.
Did it have evil intent?
Fucking no, it just started running at us.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was a succubus, and you was about to get
And
laid.
I felt his presence the whole way, even when I hit even when I hit the gravel, I still felt behind us.
It was a demodog.
But I don't know how the fuck I outran Brian's ass.
That was there's some Stranger Things shit. Netflix, take notes.
You got King Kami, now we got 11 Kami. Shave your head bald. I'm gonna make his fucking profile picture bald.
Hair.
Boom. He's bald now. He's gonna stay bald for the rest of the podcast.
I'm gonna turn my icon bald.
That was a good story. Alright, NPC, do you got you a story?
Well, I don't got a story, but I got some creepy ass fucking dreams though.
Let's hear it.
Well, this one time, I fell asleep and I had a cat on me. And cats like to suffocate you in your fucking sleep. So it doesn't help. So it basically made my nightmare a little bit worse. So it was like I was in a lab of some sort. People were making children. I was the perfect one. They're just like horrifying monsters, like a long, elongated, no eyes, just big ass mouth, tentacles squirming, just screeching on the fucking floor. And then you got this weird looking bitch with a giant ass eye and shit. And then they started fusing together and making more horrific monsters that they just constantly yell and scream until I wake up. That was the weirdest fucking shit I've ever goddamn seen.
So they were just doing some Dragon Ball fusion, like fusion.
Oh no, it was more like their skin was melting together.
It's kind of the thing. Like,
Dude, that's like low key like a comic book villain.
That makes me want to fucking scream. Like, if I ever see that again, I'm probably just gonna fucking cry myself awake.
Dude, I was at my mama's house one time, okay? And I go into the back bedroom, not planning on taking a nap, but I end up taking a nap, okay? And during my dream, I feel like I'm like, I don't know. But I see a big ship crashing above me, and I can feel it on my chest, okay? And I black out from there, and then I wake up on the ship, and all I see is a bright light, and I look out the window, and I can see the earth explode, okay? And then, whenever I wake up, it feels like I'm pressed from the ceiling into the bed, pouring sweat, and that is my abduction story.
Abduction?
Yes, I was abducted by
I was
aliens.
abducted once. I got free candy.
For real, don't listen to your neighborhood candy sellers. They are not actually selling.
Don't listen to your neighborhood pedophile.
don't listen to your neighborhood NPCs.
Hey.
That's a jab. That's a jab. That's gonna have to be a death battle.
It's time for a death battle!
No, they have such fun looking fights, but they have no clue how to power scale half the time.
It's tough.
Yeah, I saw their recent one with Shadow. No, not Shadow. Silver and Trunks.
Yeah.
It was pretty ass. But the next one I'm really excited for because they got SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob versus fucking Aquaman. This stuff.
Aquaman?
This shit's stupid.
Why Aquaman?
Because they're both fucking animal. Because they're both ocean.
Back to the stories. As much as we love Death Battle, we are staying away from them guys. I actually like them people, okay?
They're gonna make my character lose.
I have a really good story.
Tell us your story.
Now, this is one of them stories that are set in the olden times. I'd say like Western, like 18 something. 1800s. It's a Western.
Goddamn, he's old.
Hey, I'm not saying I'm that old. I'm just saying that's how far we going back here. Now this guy named Kringle. I don't know why his name is Kringle, but Kringle is the only name I could think of.
Fucking Kringle.
But Kringle lived in this old little Missouri town, and this town was known for murders, mass murders, and it was always like this gang of who knows what that would just take people out and just they'd be gone. They would go missing. And then the next week, the same time they got taken, you would find them at that spot, dead.
So wait, just the gang just
Now,
all suddenly died?
well, the gang didn't die. The gang is taking people.
Oh.
Kill
Now
them and
Kringle,
take them back.
Kringle is the guy who is, he's scared for his town, but he don't want to live in fear. He wants to be able to go out at night and be able to have a good time. That's how anybody would want to be. But Kringle knows that there's something very bad going on in his city. So one night, Kringle finally has enough and he goes outside and he said he wants to have a good time. Everybody thinks he is crazy. But then we figure out he found them. He found them trying to abduct someone else. And this is like some homeless person. So, they're targeting people that ain't nobody gonna care about.
Can I stop you for a second? How did he go out if he's already out because he's homeless?
Kringle's not homeless.
He's talking about he sees a homeless person being abducted.
He sees a homeless person being abducted, and then that's when it becomes he's going to go try to stop him. There's about 3 of them. But the thing with these people is the driver will never get out the car. If it's a bust, it's a bust. Well, Kringle fights off a couple of them. And he gets the homeless person to the point where he thinks he might be safe. But little do they know, they kidnap Kringle. They take Kringle back to this sewer smelling place, and then the leader is sitting up there. He has, he's like Michael Myers, like height and size, and he sits there. He tells the people to try to take Kringle's chains off. He takes Kringle's chains off, and Kringle's sitting there, and he goes, "What are you going to do to me now? I've seen what you do to all these people out here in the city." Out comes this weird looking creature. Now this creature is like crocodile looking creature. He tears them to the bone. It's practically all you see of them at the end.
They found the Killer Croc from DCU.
I wouldn't say it's like a killer croc because this crocodile, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, also has the ability to stretch itself.
What the fuck are we doing?
Well, if you get anyone excited, they can stretch out real far.
Okay, so
The
this guy
killer
named
croc
Kringle.
with the killer cuck.
You know what? Y'all just gonna make fun of my story like that?
It wasn't
man?
even a real story. Everybody else told a real story.
Crinkle got his ass clapped by that crocodile. God
The
damn.
end.
Next day, the nigga was dead.
That dead motherfucker dead.
Alright. That was a very good story.
I'll tell you what. I will tell you a real one.
A real one.
This one day, I swear, I don't know what happened, and this is close to an alien abduction story like the bird had. Well, except when I walked outside, it was right outside my house. It was like right outside, except the only thing I remember is that there is blood all over my feet, and I'm running. I don't know why I'm running, but I'm running. And I'm carrying this person that I do not know. And it's like we got dropped off the ship or something. And it felt so real, man. But, the guy I was dragging ended up dying from his wounds. Like, his legs were cut off. They were either cut off or they took them. But they dropped us off, just kind of dropped us down, but it wasn't too high in the air to where it was going to kill us on the drop, but it hurt. And all of a sudden, this person is trying to fucking kill me, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on? I just got dropped off by aliens, now I got someone after me, and it's like a government type person. And they got me, and they covered me up in a mask, and that was the last thing I remember. I woke up. It felt so real, though.
That's freaking crazy.
That seems like the craziest fucking dream ever.
Dude, you know what? I believe you.
Exactly.
Yeah. I saw the world explode, bro.
I saw the moon explode and fall into like little fucking pieces into the yard, which was cool.
I feel like we would die if the moon was to explode.
I
I'm
saw
sorry.
the moon disappear one day. It was 4th of July. And our mom was outside looking at the stars. Well, she notices there's this big orange one that ain't moving over the house. Everybody goes out and looks at it except for our father. And so everybody's outside looking at it. And everybody's at awe. Then I turn, look at a cat, look back up, it's gone. And then we look over, the moon is gone, or it turns orange. And then disappears.
Yeah, it's like it took it piece by piece. Like it took the moon piece by piece.
Like it just slowly disappeared. Like it wasn't late into the night. It
No.
was
The orange ball is secretly the birth of LeBron James.
Slam!
It's like
Da,
fucking
da, da.
Superman. Out coming from the sky, LeBron James, the universal basketball player. It's fucking magic.
That is. And I want to know one thing. What do y'all feel will happen if the government was to tell us that aliens were real and that aliens were going to be coming soon?
I thought they told us that aliens were real.
They did tell us that aliens were real. They said that they have seen UFOs and that they have like over 100 terabytes of photos and media
But I'm meaning like them straight up say
that they're coming here to
the
get us.
the whole entire world will be having a full on meeting with the aliens.
I say about half the world will go into hiding.
Yeah, a lot of people will get scared. A lot of Christians will freaking just be going crazy. They're gonna say it's the end of the world. They're gonna say that like all kinds of crazy stuff. It's gonna cause havoc with a lot of people, and a lot of people are gonna be happy, and a lot of people are gonna be scared. The majority of people are gonna be scared.
Have y'all
Right.
seen that one movie that has Will Smith and that blue guy?
Are you talking?
Yeah, Bright.
Yeah, it'll probably be like that, where there will be a lot of people being racist towards aliens and stuff. Like, the aliens would probably help us because they probably would know that, hey, you're destroying your planet a lot.
So
Let
do
us
you
help.
so you believe that the aliens would be coming with good intent?
I believe
If
they
we
could.
have good intent for them, yes.
I feel like
if
they'd
we
fuck
have
us
bad
up
in- If we're
Yeah.
always gonna sit there and
If
panic, like, oh my god, they're gonna kill
yeah,
us.
like if we're scared of them and we're
That's-
already thinking of an attack plan to
We're too
kill
scared.
them.
That's
If we
probably
try to
why
shoot
they
at their
haven't
ship
showed
and
up.
shit,
We're too segregated to really do anything. Like they'll show up and then they'd see how scared we are and either try to convince the governments to work together or they'd totally just take over.
There was a guy who went onto a podcast who was supposedly a ex Area 51 person, and he said that the aliens won't show up until we change our ways because they don't like how we
They don't
are.
trust us. I mean,
they have
you gotta
every
think
reason.
the human brain doesn't
We're just
know. We don't even know how to trust. So how are they to trust us humans?
Especially whenever every time they've came here and every time they've tried to interact with us, we've just stolen their stuff, trapped them, and gave them every reason to dislike us and not trust us and not come back.
Do you think the Area 51 raid will try to make them see good? Because we try to set them free. Except for the guys who go,
I don't believe that Area
No one showed
51.
up there.
Yeah, I don't even believe even if they would have did that raid that anything would have happened.
they just
First
showed
of
up
all,
and sat
they
there.
all died.
I don't think they were there for they wouldn't be there to free the aliens. They were just there to cause a riot. you know?
want a cat girl.
And
They
they would,
just don't know
and the government would kill them. Like the government would straight up blast them.
No, straight up at Area
Yeah, but-
51, they had heat vision goggles, and they'd stare into Area 51, and they saw people in the bushes wearing ghillie suits with guns.
They literally sat there with the guards and talked to them. And they even sat there and pet the dogs they had.
Oh.
It's a thing.
It's seriously too. They posted up.
I really do think that aliens could have good intentions, but there's probably different species out there that may have different.
Yeah, like reptilians, a lot of people think that they have more bad intent, and there's like the Greys. They're just more of like the regular aliens.
Of course they have bad intent. They made Facebook.
Mark Zuckerberg,
They're
yeah.
calling out Mark Zuckerberg.
Facebook, Instagram. Instagram is filled with pedophiles, reptilians, and children.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong there. That is true. You are not wrong.
But a lot of people believe that aliens will try to talk to you through like the cornfields and crops, and you can see not Morse code, but different words and pictures.
I've seen the crop circles are just BS because I've seen how they made them. Like what they do is they have these wood poles, and they'd have like these lines of string at the end that they'd use, and they'd stomp it down and they'd grind it multiple times until they made the circle.
Alright, let's get back into some good stories. I'm pretty sure I have a good story.
Let's hear it.
Well, I was hanging out with a friend. We was doing, you know how dumb kids are. They would do stupid challenges like, who can survive outside the longest? So, that's what we was doing. We was seeing how long we can stay outside. But we're little pussies, so we're like across the fucking street. And my friend turned around and he thought he saw someone staring at him. So like, what do you mean? I swear someone was staring at me. Like a stalker. Okay. I thought they was trying to creep me out because it was night. Because we did it until like, I'm pretty sure morning, middle of the day, and then into night. Just sitting there outside, playing, hanging out, and I thought they was trying to spook me, make me lose the challenge. I don't want to lose. I felt like Chandler in a Mr. Beast video. I wanted to win, and it just keeps trying to scare me about this fucking stalker and shit. So, like any normal kid does, I run yelling. He fucking spooked as all hell. This is why you don't sit there and tell a kid scary things in the dark. You're gonna scare the hell out of them. I was terrified that day.
I remember when I had a stalker one time. I would see him periodically, but I hadn't seen him in like a long ass time. Ever since high school. It's like I could tell by the type of hoodie they have because that's the only part I could ever see. I'd see like half the face in the hoodie sleeve, and I'd see him poke back
in the sleeve.
And, like I'd see him like leaning over the wall, staring at me.
Over what wall?
By the church, because like in high school, like when I was in high school, like we lived beside a church, and so I'd go over there to hang out, and because like no one's over there, and they had like chairs and benches. So I'd be over there, and I look behind me, and I see someone looking around the corner at me, and that was just the first time I ever saw him. I've seen him like 3-4 times, and then I stopped seeing him after I turned 18.
Maybe you was dealing with a very shy autistic person.
Well, it's either that or sometimes I do get paranoia, and I do get extreme paranoias at times where I will actually start flipping and start seeing and hearing stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what. I will tell you one of the scariest things that ever happened. Now, we're going to call this guy Fred. I won't give out his name. But me and him at the time, we were little misfits, We were taking the car out, having a good night. We'd return it home and go about our business. Well, this one night, we pulled over for a minute because we were trying to figure out who we picking up. Who we picking up tonight. Well, as, we, pull over, we're pulled over next to this wooded area. We hear a scream. Well, me and Fred get out the car and, we look, and it's coming from the woods. Well, so we go and check the woods. Well, whenever we checked the woods, we saw these white cloaks. Now, the first thing first thing we think when we see white cloaks is
It's
KKKK. You already know.
What's the fourth one
KKK.
stand for?
Karma.
But
Commies.
that's what we thought. So Fred's a white guy. Me, I'm brown, so I'm kind of scared. They see me, they gonna try to kill me. Okay, so we're out of distance and we see them carrying this person. We don't know what this person is, but he was killing them. And whenever it felt, I don't know if they killed him, but they were carrying, like, they tied his feet up, and they were just sitting, they were dragging him somewhere with, like, torches. So, I guess they had traps set around, because I guess that was an area, and Fred stepped on something, and it released something, and the first thing we did was ran. Man, we got into our car and we zipped out of there. That was one of the scariest situations I'd ever been a part of.
Dude, that's crazy. Oh my god.
What if Fred just turned on you like, I got one! I found
God.
him!
I got one! I got me one right here! Let's cook him! Let's cook him!
Yeah! Yeah, baby!
We're gonna have us a Martian Q for dinner tonight.
We're gonna have me a Dragon Ball.
I got.
Dude, sorry, you go ahead.
I have a story. This one's a dream that I had one time. It was probably the second scariest dream I've ever had. Well, I get up from my. I was napping in a chair. I get up and I'm walking. And I feel like I've been drinking. Cause I like a shower now and again. So it felt like I've been drunk. And I walk in there, and I see like my hair, but it's tinged red, like just soaking wet red. And I hear him go slamming something into the fridge. And he turns up and go, and this fucking yells, and it feels like it hits my soul, and I feel like I get ganked like a child that grabbed from the back.
Dude,
And I get flung back into the chair. And go,
He full on Scorpion. Get over here!
Did you fall asleep angry?
no, I went the other way. It's like I went, boo!
Dude, that's crazy.
Did you fall asleep angry?
No. It's just, and you see like pools of red from the fridge. And I just see them.
See,
That's
you should have found out who he was killing.
I had a dream one time. I was friends with the Uber driver, okay? I don't know why, but this Uber driver ended up turning on me, okay? And I look into the yard because I'm trying to get out of the car, and they won't let me get out. And they just turn and look at me, lock the doors, and make it to where I can't get out for some reason. I don't know, it's in my dream.
Oh,
It's
we
just
let
not
you
working.
out, fella. You can get some pictures.
And
Jeffrey Dahmer.
I look over, and I ain't even brown, okay? I'm white girl. And there's a KKK in this yard for whatever reason. And they yanked me out of the car. And I'm trying to yell, and I can't. And they just put a knife up to my throat. And then I get suffocated, and I wake up sweating as all hell, because that's how all nightmares end.
Have y'all ever had a phenomenon where you can hear, like, voices? Like, you just randomly hear a voice for no good reason?
That's called schizophrenia.
Like,
Yeah, but
you
I
hear
would
him
hear-
call your name.
Yeah, I hear, like, a family member call my name.
Yeah, and it sounds like they're
It
I've
sounds
heard
just
that.
like them.
Yeah,
For me, it's always like eerie women. It's always like an eerie woman voice.
It
It's
was-
like a ghost.
it's always either my dad, my brother, or my mother.
For me, it's. Oh, go ahead.
The last one I've had was last year. And I do not want it to happen again. Like, it was like the worst thing that ever happened. Like, I've nearly pissed my pants.
For me, it's always like I hear like a ghostly, a specter behind me, and I also feel them behind me. And that's usually how I tell when it's a voice or when someone's actually calling me.
See, you never know. That's why I don't ever take, I mean, because you get that. I think everybody probably has had this happen where, you hear somebody and then it's nobody's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you're just like, what the hell just happened? Like, what the fuck?
Because you
What
can
am I
hear it
hearing?
so clear. And like sometimes you hear them call your name multiple times or something. And it's weird
You-
because it sounds like
You ever heard
you're
yourself call your
somebody-
name?
Now, that is something I have. I have heard, like, a voice in my head, just me, tell me, yo.
I've had to wake myself out of a dream before and like say my name.
I have some reason for. I have no idea. I don't know why it happens, but sometimes when I say stuff, I'll repeat it back to myself in like a hushed tone, and I don't know why. It just happens.
Yeah.
I don't even do it. It's fucking weird.
I think it's just the thought of you remembering what you just said, because sometimes that happens to me too, and I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I think it's just like how your brain's like just transferring that you just said something. I don't know.
Well, back
So
in,
it makes your mouth move with the words. Sorry, you go ahead. Keep going.
I didn't mean to cut you off. It was like back in high school, I used to have like a bad problem with like I would always smile. Like it's like I didn't want to. It's just sometimes I just had the unconscious feeling just to smile.
Yeah. And it's always like whenever people look at you, like what are you supposed to do besides smile?
I wear a mask for hours at a time. It's telling me I'm doing just fine. Okay, Dream.
I was happy I got out of high school before the mask shit.
Before the what?
I was happy I got out of high school for the mask shit.
The math?
The masks.
Oh.
You know, the 19.
The 2019.
The COVID of 19.
The Corona beer.
The Corona
the
beer.
scariest story of them all.
Sponsor-
COVID.
This podcast has been brought to you by Corona.
The scariest story of them all.
Corona. Please
Slavery.
Sponsor us.
That would be actually really cool.
No, we don't get sponsors.
What part? The sponsor or the slavery? I'm gonna get this.
You know
gonna
what?
Make sure.
No.
Slavery was the.
Trying to make sure what side of the
worst
story we're
thing
on your last story.
Alright, anyone else got a story?
Oh, I got a story. One time, I was out for a walk one day. I used to go out for walks. I don't do it much anymore. But when I went for this one walk, there was this weird noise coming from like, you all ever heard discus? Or like, it's like this thing like where you throw a disc into the hoop.
Yeah.
Like different ones. I had a friend that played that. Well, I saw it. But there's just a guy there screaming like he's trying to turn into a Super Saiyan. But I see him spin his spine around, like spin backwards towards me, and then bend like a J and to smile at me.
That's
I was like,
weird.
fuck this shit. I started zooming.
That sounds like some Skinwalker type
That sounds
shit.
like some shit you'll see in Smile.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
Oh yeah, don't watch Smile. It has nothing to do with the.
That has nothing to do with smiles. They're all
Nothing
frowning.
to do with Smiles. Nothing. It's like totally different from the
How do you know?
commercials.
Really? Well, that sucks because
Commercials are way better than the movie.
I heard most critical. I heard he gave it a good review.
I don't know. I haven't heard much about it besides that that Paramount was paying people to go stand it in baseball games and just smile throughout the whole game.
Dude. Money now.
Money.
I will do that shit for free.
Exactly.
I like creeping people out.
Dude, they look so weird too because the people they hired like had the weirdest ass smiles.
I like your butthole, sir. Just constantly whispers scary stuff while smiling at people. Just, I like your mouth.
Do you know my name?
I
I wish everybody would know my name.
You wanna see my teddy? Come here.
You want to see my
We're supposed to be telling horror
wickle?
stories, not sexually harassing the viewers.
Sexually
it.
harassing the viewers. Well, I think I got something. Yeah, another dream. Because I've not experienced a lot. I've not had a lot of scary stuff happen to me besides seeing a ghost just staring at me, which a lot of people say that I'm just fucking stupid and that never happened.
Mainly me.
I don't know why.
I just don't think about ghosts. Like, unless I feel it or see it, I don't believe it.
I was just chilling, laying on my bed, and I looked at the door, and I see someone staring at me like, huh, it must be my younger sister. Then she turned the corner, I walk over, like, how? There's a box where she's standing, and there's no way she's on her knees, sitting in the box, because that box would have fucking collapsed. So, I ran downstairs like, ghost!
I'll bring up some trauma for you. Y'all remember the show called Lost Tapes?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one reason they're trying Animal Planet in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I found me a lost tape.
Lost Tapes was very underrated for a show.
Dude, that shit was so weird to wake up to.
What was your favorite episode?
It's been a while, so I really couldn't tell you. Because I was a bit younger whenever it was coming out. And that wasn't always my, my lingo.
I remember the dogs one, and I remember
Hellhounds.
the aliens one. Yeah.
Yeah, the Hellhound was fucking scary.
Dude, that shit was so weird.
My favorite episode would probably be like the Bigfoot one.
Oh, and I also
Which
remember the vampire one. That one was so fucking retarded.
Which one, the Strigoi or the one where they where they move into the house and they're like trying to hold the door shut with it, trying to bust through?
I don't remember. I just know that there was a vampire one, and I remember this stupid ass scene where you see the vampire's face, and it was just fucking retarded.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The Strigoi. Yeah.
Lost
Yeah.
tapes. I remember the lost episode of Lost Tapes. I found it in my mom's basket.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't want to see it again.
Alright, here's something for you. Have you ever heard of this movie called The Faces of Death?
I've heard of it, yes.
It was a movie that's all
Terrible.
about death. It was one of those gore flicks where there was like a scene of a monkey strapped into a table, and there's this rich people going and whacking it.
And what's weird
With
is
a
they
hammer?
had like 3 volumes of that movie. Like there wasn't just one movie.
And it's all real, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
like it's all real
And it's like, what the fuck?
real things that have happened, and it's crazy. Like,
Those stuff that's actually been cut from that, like someone getting their leg amputated by piranhas inside of like a, it was like a tribe. His leg was fucked up, so he needed it gone. So
Yeah.
they just dropped his leg into the water full of piranhas, and
piranhas are deadly, bro.
They
I
really
mean,
are. There was this one guy that sat in a pool of piranhas, like, just really still, and they didn't mess with them. Because I guess they were full or whatever, but he sat in a pool. I don't remember. It was on Discovery Channel or something. It was during fish season.
do you like seeing death? Do you want to see a monkey get skull bashing? $5.99. $6 to see some great quality gore.
Well, over that you can go Live Leak.
Live Lake has been taking the death and stuff very
Okay.
harshly, and they starting to take that down, which they have also taken down bestscore.com. Very sad.
Yeah,
Rest in peace.
yeah. Like how the fuck you can't put no ads.
Just
on
go
the
to
website.
just go to the news website and go watch Ronnie McNutt.
Dude. I remember my friend sent me that video.
What video?
The video of
The
guy.
Ronnie McNutt.
I've never heard of that one.
He
the
was
guy, isn't it the guy who killed himself on Facebook?
yeah, he was a
Oh,
veteran.
down
With the shotgun, bro.
Yeah.
Blew his face off.
Dude, the dog just walks in and is like, well,
The
fuck
the
that.
dog walks in, it's just like, I'm gonna go eat.
Man, I'm hungry. This skull looking real nice.
He literally walks in, looks at him, fucking blown to fucking pieces, and then walks right back out.
So does this mean I'm not getting food?
That's basically what the dog was
Fuck.
thinking.
Bro, cats will straight up eat you.
All I know is dude was on the phone, and then he started yelling, slams the phone down, and then blows his fucking head off.
Kabooyah!
Have you ever seen One Man, One Jar?
I don't want to.
I've recreated it many times.
No.
It's a crazy ass video. It's a short video.
That
But
shit's nasty, bro.
you see him pull a piece of glass out of his ass cheek too. It's a big
It's
piece.
like, why the fuck would you
Why?
want to do that to your ass?
Expansion. The expansion pack.
When you want gauges for your asshole.
Dude, I'm sorry, but anybody who dude, I don't see how the fuck you could live with yourself after doing that shit.
I think he
Easy
thought
access.
He couldn't. He didn't. He died.
Did he die?
Yeah, he died from blood loss.
I
Jesus.
mean,
He
I
kept-
figured so. I mean, shit.
Literally the jar combusted within his ass.
Well,
he
what do you
trapped
think was gonna happen?
he trapped Jesus in a jar, and he's been watching too much Bob Hickman. He tried to get God to go inside him.
He did the evil containment.
God trapped inside a jar. Now I'm gonna shove it up my ass. That's how Bob Hickman did it.
Dude, I'll tell you what, that's just one of them videos where you just don't want to see.
Dude, we need
Two
to
girls, one
sponsor
cup.
Bob Hickman.
That's not really disturbing. It's just gross.
Do you know, dude, that video went through a lot of shit. Like,
That's a
like
good pun,
the
though.
creator tried to keep saying that, oh no, it's just chocolate mix. It's some
Right,
mix with
the-
chocolate.
The dude's literally a scatfish porn director.
Oh, did you know one of these? I forgot who was it, but he had it was a show, cartoon designer. He would animate shit for cartoons, and he had Tom and Jerry scat porn.
What the
What?
Tom and Jerry scat porn.
That's
Tom and
fucking
Jerry
weird.
covered
Now
in
that
poo-poo.
is a horror story if I've ever heard one. I'm
Like,
sorry.
That's the scariest thing I've heard.
Do you remember? Have you ever heard the Cabin in the Woods 2 cents horror story?
I mean, I've watched the movie Cabin in the Woods. If that's what you're
No,
telling
it's
me.
basically this is how the story goes. There was a man who was trying to go home, but he was stuck in the woods. He comes across a cabin that's empty. He goes in. There's a whole bunch of these weird paintings of monstrous figures staring at him, all looking at him throughout the night. So he just deals with it. He just hunkers down and sleeps for the night. He wakes up. All the paintings were windows.
That's weird.
That is weird, bro.
Bro, that means people were just staring at him.
And that morning he ran home.
I mean, I would too if they were all just staring at me.
Why the fuck
How
is he in
can
the
you be?
woods?
How can you be that still?
I don't know. It's a 2 cents horror story. You want the
You should have
background?
said he was homeless.
I didn't
know.
make it up.
I remember watching this shitty
He said he ran back home.
SMF source filmmaker creepypasta called It Has No Face. It's not the creature that has no face. It was supposedly him because he had the whole story is he went to the cabin because his car broke down. He went to sleep in the bed and he put his mask, it was like a beanie over his face to keep his face warm. So there's a creature in there. He was going to go kill him, but he looked down and saw the thing, and he's like, "Yeah, no face, it had no face." So you got a fucking little skinwalker creature covering corner. He had no face. Oh my god.
Dude, I would fucking shit myself if I woke up and saw that. I feel like I would just pass the fuck back out.
I'm gonna start scaring the skinwalker. I'm gonna start chasing him.
Run.
I would cry.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me.
I'm the Pokemon.
I'm coming for your ass. Dude, imagine a fucking skinwalker getting chased down by a fucking 40-year-old man just down the fucking woods.
Well, imagine it. You just go on YouTube Kids and you just watch Huggy Wuggy do it.
My name's Huggy Wuggy.
I like watching Mommy Longlegs and Daddy Longlegs go to the park with Baby Longlegs.
And Hero
And Spider-Man shows up and kicks the baby in the face.
That's the best.
That's like the scariest thing is the shit that they put on there for kids.
YouTube Kids. Yeah, there's starting to be more gates, like how Elsa Gate was. There's Spider Gate,
The
Sonic
Paw Patrol
Gate, and now Poppy Playtime Gate,
Oh no.
where they're using Poppy Playtime characters.
When the playtime's not so playful.
When Huggy Wuggy sticks his whole fist up your asshole.
God.
That's basically how it is. Especially the Minecraft gate where they have like zombies shitting on Hero Brian and girls in bikinis shitting on Hero Brian's grave.
Oh, here's a disturbing story. This is a real story. Y'all ever heard the YouTuber Lime Maker?
Wine maker?
Yeah, I was watching I was watching Sunny V2. He's a great YouTuber. Y'all should check him out at the end. But basically, Sonny, that line maker was a big Minecraft YouTuber. Like he was he grew real quick on there.
Yeah.
And it turned out one of the people he's playing with was an underage girl that he was like abusing, and straight up, it was awful. He even put her nudes on Twitter. After he got exposed by Keemstar on Colossal's Crazy.
He got exposed and then put him on there?
Yeah, he got exposed and he leaked her and then he even still tries to deny he went to jail for shit like that.
That's so stupid. Why would you get caught and then leak their nudes? That's retarded.
And then he got his channel deleted, but he's now back with a new channel. But he now don't get nowhere near what he used to.
He shouldn't even be on there. That's ban evasion.
It's surprising that he is back, to be honest. That's the horror side of it.
That's literally ban evasion, though.
Listen, I'll tell you right now. There's a lot of horror things in the world. Child molesters. Murderers. You know, just rapists in general. You know, stalkers. People, you know, these people do not care about where you come from and who you are. The only thing they care about is what you can do for them. And that's what's scary about the world nowadays, is that a lot of people are only out for themselves, and they will get pleasure and whatever satisfactory that they want for themselves, even if it takes force or anything like that to get it.
They'll give you $50.
No.
Want a party, hottie?
You can go home. I just want to take some pictures.
Let me take a pic.
Come back. I got $50.
No. Dude, I can't believe they took that kid back to Jeffrey Dahmer's house. That's still really fucked up. And all it would have taken was for them to look up Jeffrey Dahmer's name in their little fucking squad car.
Oh, you can't forget about your shirtless, pantsless 13-year-old.
For real. And it's like, how the fuck can you not tell that he's 14? It's like, that's just ridiculous.
Hey, you forgot about your sex slave. Thank you,
officer.
You want a cigarette? We can smoke. You can wait a minute. We can smoke a cigarette together.
You want to look at this child's nudes?
I got a.
You want to come see my bodies?
I got a good story.
Do you recognize the body in the water?
And I think we'll make this one of our final stories of the day. But there was this one night, you know, everybody was just having a good time. You know, it's this group of teenagers, and you know, it's always the group of teenagers that always have something happen to them. So of course, they had like 3 cars that are the same exact car, and for somehow had the same exact license plate, and it's the same exact car. And they found this one, you know, it was following them, and they turned down the road. That car kept going. Next thing you know, the next car comes out of the alleyway, and now it's following them, except it's right there up next to the, you know, it's like right there side by side with him, and and they're just staring at him. They just stare at him, and they stare menacingly, and the only thing you can see is this guy's eyes, and apparently they said this guy's eyes looked like cat eyes.
Meow.
Well, the next thing you know, that car turns, and all of a sudden, you know, these kids are freaked out, and next thing they know, they turn and boom!
Ran the fuck over.
They got rammed by the next one.
Damn.
So all 3 of them now get out, and they change form, and all of a sudden it's cat-like alien creatures who are able to morph.
Oh, please,
and
not the femboys.
The next thing you know, the cops found the teenagers slaughtered, and their whole bodies were combined into one giant ball.
This is the true origins of femboys.
Actually, that's a story of bicycles.
Contact your local police officers when you see a femboy.
I got something to say. For all of people watching today, put in the comment section below for this idea of mine. Would you rather have a creepypasta top 5 between us? We all argue our top 5 creepypastas, or our top 5 SCPs? Comment below.
And also comment your stories because we love seeing crazy stories.
And maybe we even read them out.
Exactly. If you want
But
to be featured in the video, put it in the comment.
but this was the Aether Podcast. The only podcast that makes you want to stare into the void. I'm NPC. That's Majin Q. That's King Kami. And that is the bird.
And we are out of here.